What is the worst marriage advice you've ever received?
I think the cliche thing that we've gotten it from 2 cab drivers this weekend was always listen to her or she's always right.
Don't do it. Sometimes you just gotta have secrets. And I was like, whoa, what kind of secrets do you have, sir? It's just bad.
Don't go to bed angry. Totally go to bed angry. Just let me be a bitch sometimes. But be adult about it and confront it the following day or something.
To try to set routines as soon as possible and try to train the man in the relationship.
Someone actually said to us yesterday, well, you know, happy wife, happy life. And I thought, well,
Yes,
we don't want resentment being built up here.
Even though we're married, like we're best friends. So I didn't really go and seek like, oh, I need someone to tell me how to deal with this girl.
To keep quiet, just agree.
I cannot stand when people start giving you their personal experiences. Okay, boo, that's for you, that's not for me. Like, we have a different husband.
Just because you're married, that doesn't change
You're not
who
friends
you
with
are.
that person.
No. It doesn't change who you are. You can still do exactly what you want. You don't have to answer anybody, and marriage is just a contract between 2 individuals.
Wow.
That we're gonna have this crisis on our 7th year. So we should really take care of ourselves and be cool about it. That's just a phase.
And if you believe that...
And that's not true, because we have crisis every day.
Oh, come on. First you called me rude, and now this?
I've received a lot of good advice. Bad advice, I don't pay attention to it.
The man should assert his authority. The woman should be submissive to all his tastes and so forth. I would never follow that suggestion. And Renee, I assure you, wouldn't.
Your husband's always right. It's not smart to be too smart.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, though.
Go ahead.
Somebody advised us to keep our finances
Oh,
separate.
I was going to say the same one.
And that was right when we were about to be married. And I remember thinking, what? Why?
I remember once my dad, who was a very enlightened person, kind of very progressive in his views, but he once said that men can understand philosophy, but women have a hard time with it. This was back in the 60s.
That was all good advice. We got some really good advice, but
not bad advice.
Not bad advice.
At the time in the 70s, it was like, well, if it doesn't work out, you just get divorced.
My mother said something, but I don't know if it was negative. She says, you always do what the man wants, and then you'll have a good marriage.
She was very smart.
Always do what
smart woman.
I don't think this would go down with most women today.
With me, my parents, they didn't know Charlie, really, and they were worried whether it was a good thing, but I was sure I was going to marry Charlie. I really was. He was the love of my life. Still is.
That many things were best decided by the wife and not necessarily taken up with the husband because he didn't know much about those things anyway. Well, I don't really think it's a very sound principle. I think 2 people are in a marriage. It's like a partnership. You really do need to consult one another and try to accommodate each other, which is not always easy, but it can be done.